So when I started this, and I'm calling it Elegantly Outrageous Real Talk, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be built into it. But one of the things I had promised myself, no matter what, was I was going to be authentic. Always. I've stopped the video a few times because of emotional reasons, and then I've gone, well, if I'm going to be authentic, then I have to be authentic. And I believe in everything I post. I believe in every quote I write, and I live that way. And it's tough, let me tell you, because anything you put out there, you will always be tested on, always. And I know my intentions, I know my beliefs, I know what I've gone through. Um, for those who, let's say, if you don't know my story, I've been through hell and back. As far as life is concerned, I did not have the blessings that many people so think when you see the results of years of hard work, or what anyone who puts out on social media over the years before I didn't have social media, but when it was, you can paint any picture you want. So I personally don't believe in anyone's stories, what is out there publicly. I believe in what's authentic, real, and I see actions versus words. However, words can control what's going on into those thoughts and then can change actions. So for me, if I put out a post or if I say something, I believe it speaks to me and the things I do. And because of that, there's things that are always going to be brought up, and you're always going to be challenged. And how are you going to get through that? And, could be health challenges, could be family challenges, could be personal dilemmas that you just need to find courage with. So myself, when things are a little bit tougher, I do believe, and I understand now the difference between self-care versus the negative things that spun me into a depression. So years and years ago, and there's nothing to be ashamed of with that, and I fully admit that I suffered major depression over the years. I had eating disorders, you name it, everything. And I'm fully comfortable with that because I can tell you I am fully healed. One of the things that they did teach before with, in eating disorders and getting well was, and same thing with, kind of alcoholics and everything. Once you have that, you always have that. There's a difference between having a disease, of course, and then telling yourself, though, that this is who you are. And I don't believe anyone is their disease, or I don't believe anyone is their mental health circumstances. And I don't believe anyone is their eating disorder, and I don't believe in any of that, because I realized when I broke away from that perception, I realized those were only parts of my life that I had to deal with at certain times. For me, not alcohol, or drugs or any of those things, but for me, my vice was food, and I mastered that. I no longer have an eating disorder. It's funny, I've never been healthier in my entire life yet, because now I'm thinner, or my body's balanced out. People go, oh, you must have an eating disorder just because. And it's like, no, actually I eat better than I've ever eaten. I treat my body very well. I eat well. I take care of myself. When I eat, I appreciate the food that goes into my body. If I want something sweet, because my body wants something sweet, I eat it. Whereas I don't have those restrictions. At one time, my health had severe restrictions, or I put severe restrictions on myself. I don't do any of that. I've never been healthier. However, I have to transition, and mentally, and many things are going on behind the scenes that it doesn't really matter what it is, or people can, based on whatever you're going through in your life, when you watch this video, you're going to project whatever those issues are on me and assume that I'm going through those, and that's not the case. So I'm very aware of that when I deal with people, or when I talk to people, that their personal stuff has nothing to do with me. Things aren't personal, and it's where in business too, in separating that personal and business, sometimes I can like somebody personally, but I can't do business with them, or vice versa. Or they can be great business people, and maybe even in personally I'm like, but certain, it just depends on those circumstances. So it's been an interesting ride, to say the least. And I've been rambling on about this, but one of these important points that I wanted to get across and wanted to do when I wasn't well, and not well, but meaning just having a bad day, or stressed, or trying to figure out how to deal with this. I do have close people that I open up to, but not many. And in that, one of my friends and colleagues, Christine, who's been there for me and phenomenal, sent me a prayer which I loved. And the prayer isn't, I just, so you know, I believe in a higher being. I believe in something for sure, and it's what drives me, and I'm thankful for it because I appreciate life every day because of it, and it's helped me get through my circumstances. However, I'm not conventional in my beliefs, nor do I put my beliefs on anyone else either, because I believe in what you've been brought up in, whatever circumstances you've had, that can affect things, and it doesn't mean anyone's right or wrong. And where I disagree with things is when people put negative onto something that's meant to be positive, because love is supposed to be the universal language of a religion and a belief and a love. And if that's what's being expressed and you're better with that because of it, then by all means, that's great. If you're apprehensive of those beliefs, that's fine. You don't have to take it into that account with what this means. Let it speak to you, but this spoke to me. It brought tears to my eyes, because it's so in tune with what I'm going through right now and what I believe. Mother Teresa, who I would never even be close to being, but I would love to aspire to have that goodness. Do it anyway. People are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyways. If you are kind, people may accuse you of being selfish with ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, they may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do it anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give the world the best you've got anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. Whether you believe in God or not, I personally do. I believe in a greater being, however that means. But I believe in a bigger purpose. I believe the world is connected, and I believe the world needs help. And I'm so emotional because of it, but because of the internal shifts that I've had, and a lot of people wouldn't understand that or think it's cheesy, and that's fine. But I told myself, I promised myself when I started doing this, one, that I was going to see it through no matter what, even if it takes the whole rest of my life. I want to genuinely help people, and not everyone's going to get that. And it's not going to be easy. However, I don't need to help everyone. I need to help myself, just like you need to help yourself. Just like when you do what you're going to do in your life and you find your life mission, you need to believe you are worthwhile, because you are. And that is the most important thing, because I was told so many times I'm not. And there's a huge part of me at times that believes I'm not. But what gets me through is the fact that it's not even about me anymore. I need to be well, and I need to be my best self, and I need to be happy, because that's important. And you know what? Everyone deserves that, no matter what you were born into, no matter what happened to you. But don't put it on other people. Your negativity, assumptions, the world. Your job is to get better for you, so that you can be a better version of yourself for the world. And that's what I want to get across. And I will not give up. And that's what this is. So I haven't fully committed to posting this, but